Before this video starts, I would like to happily announce that over the course of the next 30 days, I'll be giving away $20 PayPal or League of Legends worth of RP. If you're interested, make sure to follow the steps given in this clip and make sure to tell your friends about it, as it will give you a higher chance of winning it. The more friends you bring to this channel and Twitter, the better chance of you winning it. Make sure you tell them to tweet me saying they're friends with you, and I'll be adding it to your points. What's going on, guys? Vesuvia here, and welcome back to another League of Legends video. Now this video is going to be about Kha'Zix and how to carry games in low elo by abusing his absurd amount of damage and utility in this very new way of playing Kha'Zix. You don't exactly play him as an assassin, but you play him as a bruiser. The reason why I'm making this video on Kha'Zix is because even though they reverted his ult rework, where his passive and his ult used to give him a lot of damage, he still has some crazy potential to carry games in lower elo. His passive and ult still synergize pretty well, but in a different way. Through this video, you will learn the basics of Kha'Zix and how to jungle with him efficiently and guarantee more net wins in the future. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more guides, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. This will probably work for you up until high plat or low diamond. Then it becomes kind of harder for you, since you need to rely more on game knowledge and decision making instead of mechanics to win the game. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Jungle pathing. You want to go red, then do Krugs and do crap. After that, look for ganks. If no ganks are available, then do a full clear or look for counter jungling, as the enemy jungler will 100% gank any of your overextending laners which aren't in your reach, so take his opposite jungle side. After doing that, you may look for another gank opportunity wherever you are. Just walk to the lane which is overextending and is most sensible to gank. Try your best to track where the enemy jungler is at and check them up constantly to know whether it is good to gank the opposite side or counter jungle in this case. Here are the runes you need to make him work to his utmost potential. You want to go Domination and pick up Electrocute. You then want to go Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection into Ravenous Hunter. For your secondary tree, you need to take Sorcery, where you pick up Absolute Focus and Water Walking. Let me explain why you're picking these runes specifically. Electrocute is obviously for the burst, and Sudden Impact is for lethality after using your E. Eyeball Collection is taken to get that extra damage when you kill a champion or clear a ward. Ravenous Hunter works wonders with your Q at the lower HP, as it gives health back per ability used, which deals damage to the enemy or the jungle monster. The Sorcery Path gives you movement speed when you're in the river for early skirmishes, which is the water walking, and better disengages when you need to run away from your enemy. An Absolute Focus is to get the extra amount of damage when your health is above 70%, as it is important for Kha'Zix to engage when he has full HP to make sure he can get the kill and leave afterwards. Remember that Kha'Zix excels at hit and run, so make sure you get the kill and get out the minute you get the pick. For your build, it's essentially you finish your red smite with warriors first, then rush black cleaver and take situational boots instead of mobies. You then want to pick up Death Dance for the burst of lifesteal when you deal damage with your ability, which synergizes very well with Ravenous Hunter, since it instantly heals you for 15% of all damage dealt, which includes both physical and magical damage, or even true damage in case you had red buff on you. In case you didn't know, here's a tip about Kha'Zix's kit. Kha'Zix deals magic damage using his ult. When he reappears and lands an auto attack, he slows them down and deals magic damage. Here's one more thing you need to know about Death Dance. When using Death Dance, it basically does damage over time when you start attacking the enemy as true damage. This is why you pick these items specifically instead of picking up Duskblade into Yumus as if you were playing him as a bruiser. It's much more of a safer route than building lethality items, which give you no health or durability. After that, make sure you pick up Guardian's Angel afterwards, and then your last two items can be more armor or magic resistance instead of damage. So getting items like Maw or Randuin's or any tank item to help you survive fights a little more isn't a bad idea. For your abilities, you want to start with Q, then W, then E. You want to max your Q first, then W second. You want to evolve your R first, then W, and then E. Evolving R gives you 6 seconds total of stealth, which is very important in dueling oppressive champions like Aurelia, Riven, and Urgot. In case of jungle matchups, it's good against Master Yi, Rengar, and Udyr, since they're all heavily dependent on auto attacks instead of abilities. Evolving W gives you 90% of slow on isolated targets, and for non-isolated targets, you slow them for 60%. So it's a guaranteed slow regardless. As you can see, the stats you gain in evolving other abilities other than Q isn't so bad after all. It's a new way of playing Kha'Zix anyway, so adapt and make sure you're doing what this guide says, and I guarantee you it's gonna work in almost all of your games. You don't lose much for not evolving Q, to be honest, and not a lot of damage is lacking. You actually earn a lot more damage and utility with those rather than going the generic Q, E, W evolve. Your damage is still insane regardless, so make sure you follow this guide to the point, and I guarantee you will start winning more games with Kha'Zix. When ganking as Kha'Zix, you want to save your E as a gap closer in case they have an ability that helps them escape, or even when they use flash. All you have to do is walk up to them and play it slow. Land your auto attack first and then Q. When you're getting a little low on health, you can use your W to heal up a little bit. If you have to burn flash to get a kill, then it's always worth it, getting the extra amount of gold towards your next item. Of course, you don't always have to save your E to engage actually, it's just one way of saving yourself from using flash to get a kill. You can always use your E to get on top of them and deal damage instantly to burn their flash instead of walking up to them. Your E for their flash is always worth the trade. You can always run back around to get the kill anyway. Saving E also means you have a way of getting out when you practically need to disengage a fight you know you can't win in case their jungler came to counter gank. So saving E isn't a bad idea after all. Just learn your limits and know how much damage you can deal at a specific time, and you will be able to get kills eventually. Here's a clip of a challenger player you may know named I Will Dominate. Here he shows you how to gank or fight using your abilities. Watch the clip and then I'll break it down to you on what you have to do.
So you stealth into the lane with this. And then they can't hit you here, which is the annoying part. And that's why the R evolve is so good, is like you can't trade back. So like in a situation there where he's not isolated throughout most of it, it's much better than the Q evolve, because the Q evolve, I'm not actually getting like the cooldown because he's not isolated. The damage when they aren't isolated is also down. So you end up just like giving up a lot for not very much.
As you saw in this clip, Dom used R to get in a good range for his E to make sure the enemy doesn't run away when they see him. At this moment, Dom knows I really a blue flash earlier, so fully committing to this wasn't really a bad decision. He managed to smite, then Q and auto attack right away to activate the smite's true damage. Then he used W to heal some of the damage dealt. He then uses R to throw the Aurelia off, forcing her to do stuff she isn't supposed to be doing. As you can see, he used stealth very efficiently in this clip to avoid getting chunked for free and resetting his passive by using R. The rest of the video is self-explanatory on how he executed the combo by cancelling the auto attack animation, using his Q and whatnot. A little bit of practice and you can do what he did in that clip. It isn't really hard if you think about it. It's decision making you need to work with mostly to win games. He practically stopped the Aurelia from scaling and snowballing hard when she was solo killing the Riven in this video.
So what I'm going to do here actually, he's probably going to reset and go to his red. I'm going to try to do the same thing, because without ult I can kill him pretty easily.
Notice the things Dom said. Two things you needed to understand in this clip I showed you. Kindred used ult earlier, and her ult has a higher cooldown than Kha'Zix's ult, especially when it's evolved and you have CDR items. The other thing he said, that he would catch her at red. How did he know? Simply because both of them at the beginning of the game started red and killed her at the same time. He can easily tell that red is up when she based and she was gonna reset to go for it. Now watch the rest of the clip.
Let's see if he's coming to me. That's so worth. I got 750 gold shutdown, so getting that kill is great. And I got his flash. Flash and his shutdown. Perfect.
That was exactly worth because of what Dom said. Burning her flash and getting the shutdown gold was super worth. All he gave up was a kill and an ult cooldown, where Kindred now has no flash and still has bounty on her head because of the new system. Not to mention Echo burnt both flash and ignite, so Ahri now has the kill pressure and she has flash over Echo. And that was it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and share it. Let me know what you think of the video as well. If you want to win RP, just follow the steps given at the beginning of the video and make sure to tell your friends about it for a higher chance to win it. If you're interested in more guides, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. The next video will be about mastery, as I'm very sure you guys will like the next guide even more than this one, since I'll be giving you a free ticket to getting out of low elo by teaching you how to play mastery. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, people.